Well, welcome everybody. It is great to have you on the call tonight. My name is Justin Phillips, and I am very privileged and honoured to be an ambassador, diamond, ruby encrusted, gem-coated aquamarine thingy. That just basically means I've helped a lot of people, and it's been heaps of fun. And I want to help you too. And this is our first team training night for the year. So Happy New Year, everyone, in 2018. It is a privilege to be a part of it. So, right, what am I meant to do now? So today's date is February the 6th of 2018, and I want to welcome you to the Shine Bright Team meeting, the meeting where our growing ASEA family gathers to learn and develop our skills in furthering the mission of ASEA to help hundreds of thousands and billions of people around the world live a healthier life while achieving their own personal and financial aspiration and dreams. Many healthcare professionals are calling ASEA's products the greatest scientific breakthrough in health science, anti-aging, and athletic performance of our lifetime. They are saying that this science discovery is as big as the discovery of penicillin and DNA. True story. So the intention of this call is to support you to gain the maximum benefit from using ASEA's products and to empower you to share this extraordinary technology with the people in your life, making a living while making a difference. How good does that sound? Yay! Get excited! I'm excited! Anyway, I want to share a little bit of my excitement with you. So we ask for your cooperation. Please do not record this call this evening or distribute it via mass media or social media sites. So no Facebook or Twitter, please, except for our Facebook. So the call is recorded and posted to Shine Bright Team Facebook community and the team support website, shinebrightteam.com/blog. We encourage you to invite all your associates to the call, but it's not intended for the general public. Okay, now we have announcements. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I think I've just got a technical error just for a second. What's going on there? Let me check this. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, so some of the announcements that we want to make is, and I've heard that more and more is happening, which is super exciting. Huge congratulations to the people going to Mexico! Yay! Hola! Woohoo! So, it is true. Okay. Nicole didn't know I was going to do that. That was a little surprise, wasn't it, Nicole? I heard today that someone else has made it to Mexico.
Honey, this call is a 30-minute call. Just
all right, sure. So, some huge announcements. Heaps of people made it to Ascent, and that's phenomenal. So I've actually got my old Ascent t-shirt on that I got when I went to Colorado, and I highly encourage you to get to Ascent when you get a chance, and we've got a bunch of people on the call tonight that are going to Ascent. So huge congratulations. That little performance was for you. Golf club, golf clap. Okay, a little more conservative. Very good. Okay, so huge announcements are the ASEA conference fly-in. So if you know people that have been successful in the network marketing and direct sales industry, that means they can come from Tupperware, Thermomix, and Avon, that sort of thing. That there is a industry attraction, a leadership attraction, talent attraction program that ASEA has, and we have a fly-in on the 16th of February, the afternoon down the Gold Coast. So there are some qualifications for that, where people need to earn over $3,000 in 2 months out of the last 36 months, and actually gain a travel reimbursement of $150. And then also, if they've earned $6,000 in 2 months, the last 36 months, they can gain a traveling reimbursement of $300 to come to the Gold Coast and speak to all the founders and the corporate staff, and yeah, really get to know what this ASEA is. They actually don't. They're not even associates, right? These are just people that are taking a look. So an incredible opportunity for them to meet some of the great people behind ASEA, and obviously some of the leaders of the country will be there. Either Nicole or myself will be there as well to support our team. So that's massive. And then we've got the ASEA conference, the corporate conference on February the 17th. You can find tickets for that if you haven't bought them already. Please do, because the price is going up all the time. It's really good to get the early birds. If you got your chat box up there, I'll put that in the chat box. It's ASEAevents.com, where you can go and find your tickets there. And highly encourage you, if you don't have the Mix and Mingle, not that maniac, Mix and Mingle is on Saturday night, and it's still only $20 US. There's limited tickets to that. I think there's about 60 left. A great opportunity for you to get in amongst the different ASEA people, all the different teams, and really get, actually mingle with people of any rank and have a chat to them. So that's pretty exciting. And then, of course, on the Peak Performance Training, 18th of February, that's ASEA.eventbrite.com.au that Nicole's put in there. Thanks, Nikki. Great teamwork. And that is going to be amazing. So that weekend is a total game changer for ASEA in Australia. I think there's going to be some really interesting announcements made on there, which my lips are sealed at, but you may want to save some dollars, and because there may be some interesting offers available on that course on that weekend. Another really cool thing for the Shine Bright team is Monday morning. We've got a special little gathering for those that can stick around on the Monday, and that will include guest speaker Larry from Jixity, the owner of ABC, the ASEA business coach, which is pretty exciting. We have some new PDF tools in the Redox Experiences, which is pretty cool. You can find them under the Files section in Renew with Redox and the training library in Genie. So we've got new little PDFs on skin, hormonal health and blood sugar regulation, abnormal cells, wonder what that could be, and animals as well. So they're fantastic little tools that you can send off to people that are interested in those areas. And there's no ASEA or Renew 28 written on those forms, so they're completely compliant. And they have come from stories and testimonies and gathered empirical and anecdotal evidence of what this is doing for people. So they're really great little tools, and you can send them out periodically. Like if you want to do online marketing with them, use them as opt-ins, use them as Facebook attractants, and ask people, you want to get people attracted to what you're offering and the value add. So save the date.
Where you found those, sorry?
They're under the Files section in the Facebook page, Renew with Redox. So Renew with Redox is our main Facebook page for product information.
It's a group, honey, not a page. It's a group.
Group. My apologies. Yep, group pagey thingy. So I will just pull that up and quickly screen share that so you can see exactly where that is. So yeah, getting more familiar with the functionality of Renew with of all the Facebook groups and pages is really important, because Facebook is definitely becoming a huge force in marketing and information transference around the world. There's nothing like it. There's no greater leverage than social media. Oh, okay, Nikki's screen sharing.
I'm screen sharing.
Okay, you want to take us to the file section in Renew with Redox, darling? And I can only see a tiny amount of your screen for some reason.
Really?
Yep, I was just about to screen share my own, so maybe I can just take.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird. I had the page up.
There we go. Okay, so you can see here under this is the discussion, members and so forth. I'm just going to close that. There's something going on. Facebook's trying to educate me on something. So there's videos there and there's files there. Can everyone see that? The file section? So when I click under files, there are now all of these different files in this Facebook group.
That's not files, honey, that's the group. Yeah, that's it.
You can download. And there's the abnormal cells, skin, hormonal health, blood sugar regulation, all that sort of stuff. Pretty cool, hey? How amazing is that? How good are these tools getting? Am I the only one excited? I'm really excited by that. Yeah, I'm excited. It's awesome. All right. Okay, so that's good. Go in there and check it out and enjoy the wonderful tools that the team, particularly Nicole and Fan, our amazing PA in the Philippines, have been creating for us. It's fantastic. Okay, so another announcement is a date saver, 24th of March. 24th of March, alarm, alarm, alarm. Put it in your calendars straight away. It's going to be amazing. It is going to be a regional event throughout Australia. So we've got a new product launch, ASEA via Core, or via ASEA via Core. And it's a nutritional product that complements the Redox technology, which is really cool. And everything I've heard about this so far, it's ticking all the boxes. If you know me, and you've known me for a while, you know I'm fairly picky with my supplements and products and stuff like that. And this one is ticking the boxes. So I'm really excited to experiment and play with this more. And we're going to have a regional event in Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. So Nicole and I will actually be in Melbourne, and there'll be Australian Diamonds running the events in all locations. The wonderful Sally, Miss O'Diamond, or Sally Triple Diamond, she soon to be, is not on the call, but she's going to be part of the team running it in Brisbane. And that is definitely going to be a date that you want to promote and work towards getting lots of people to. That has a massive potential to boost your business and bring in new people as well. So there's the fly, which I've already talked about. Were there any other announcements, Nikki, that I needed to talk about?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. On to the interview.
On to the interview. Okay, so this is So that's just the last questions in that section, right? Because this is the first time of the new format. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the audience, I would love to introduce you to an amazing lady, Sharon Strongwoman. Sharon, what is Strongwoman? From Melbourne. Give her a round of applause. Woohoo! Yay! So Sharon is our guest speaker for tonight. And we're going to do, every Tuesday evening, we're going to do a business builder interview questions to help you relate to people that are actually in the trenches doing the work and building a business. And Sharon achieved amazing success. I think it was like 2 days after sign up. She went direct to 700. Something crazy, nearly cracked bronze, missed bronze by a fraction in the first week. So she is someone who really knows how to get stuff done. She's got a really interesting background and achieved some great things in the past. I'll let her talk to you a little bit more about that. So welcome to the call, Sharon. Would you like to introduce you to the group, and welcome to the Shine Bright family?
Hey, thank you.
So do you want to tell us just briefly in a few sentences a little bit about your background and what was it that attracted you to ASEA?
Yeah, I can. So for those of you who don't know me, my claim to fame is I'm Australia's strongest woman, one of the strongest women in the world physically, which would have to be mentally as well, I guess. Australasian bodybuilding champion, Australian and world powerlifting champion. So I'm always looking for, and I have a big story behind that, but that will take up too much time for tonight. But I always am looking for the best products in the world. So I usually use network marketing products, so multi-level marketing products, whether I'm in a business or just wanting the top quality of products. So just before Christmas, I do a vision board every year, and I said this year my whole world was going to be about rejuvenation for the whole year. So I asked the universe to give me 3 amazing products, and they needed to be lucrative businesses because I'm going to share that with a lot of people. So this was the first thing that fell in my lap. So thanks to Miriam, we reconnected we hadn't spoken for 2 years, and we just had a bit of a chat and a phone call, and she said she was doing something. I said, why don't I know about it? And she goes, oh, she's really casual and gorgeous and loving and caring. And I said, send me some information, because I just knew that it was coming to me. So I didn't actually get attracted to ASEA. ASEA was attracted to me. And it fell in my hands, and it just felt right. So I'm very new to the business side of it, as you know, but I'm not new to fantastic products. So I don't know much about, I don't know a lot, but I've done a little bit of research so far in the 3 weeks that I've been involved. But when you use something, you know whether it's right for you or not. You know whether that's special or not in your life. So for me, it's liquid gold and golden jelly. So I just go, it's magic in a bottle, and I don't really think that enough, I'm not really sure that we understand what we've got yet. So I know you know, and I know Nicole knows, and because you've been dealing with this for quite some time, but there's a lot of people probably involved in this business that don't realise the magic that they've got in their hands. So that was how I got involved, and that's what attracted to me, is these little magic molecules. So as you know, I create kingdoms, and I do a lot of personal development with people, and I'm always looking for the best products in the world. So I believe that this is one of them, and obviously time will tell, but there's too many testimonials that are coming up for me to not be amazed by this product. So I love the science behind it. I love how it's making me feel in a very short period of time. And there's just an innate intelligence inside you where you just know. There's a belief and then there's a knowing, and this is just a knowing inside. So everyone that's on here, I think you have that. I think you know inside yourself. So that's how I became attracted, or ASEA became attracted to me.
That is fantastic. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing and helping us understand your background, where you're from, and just the magic of what's happening for you and your transformation this year. I love the board in the background there, decision, attitude, and discipline. Rarely have I done a call like this and someone's been prepared enough to go, bang, these are principles in my life. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your board?
Yeah. So I like to make things simple for people. So I'm a world champion, but I wasn't always that. I was once the weakest woman in the world, and I had a desire to be strong. And the only thing that I thought was missing in my life was strength. So I was a chronic asthmatic, in and out of hospital most of my life, died a couple of times, plenty of medication pumping in my body 24/7. When I was old enough, I decided to rehabilitate myself, and that took a lot of that. Well, first I had to make a decision. So I had to make a decision of what sort of life I wanted. And so same in this business, the first thing you have to do is make a decision of what you want and get clarity on that thing that you want. So I wanted a healthy, powerful, strong body and a life to be proud of. So I want what I want for myself, I want for everyone. And so being a world champion, I had to make a decision that I wanted to be outside of the box. I had to go against what, the rest of the people did in the world. So, people got up, they went to work, they watched TV, they ate whatever they wanted, they went home, maybe watched the news. I didn't do any of that. I needed to change my life. So I made a decision first and foremost. Then the second part, as you'll see, because this is loving your dad, right? Because your dad was the one that made all the decisions in your life. It's Dad's day today. and Dad had a bit of an attitude. So I like, these, just to remember this. So today's about Dad. And so he had a bit of an attitude, and he was the boss. And so when you go into these things in life and a new business, you've got to have a great attitude about what you want. So you've made a decision. Now you've got to have a gratitude attitude. And I think that's so important, that every hurdle that you come across, every failure that you make is just a lesson in disguise. And you've got to be grateful for everything that's given to you. So, I'm very grateful for these products landing in my lap. I'm very grateful for the business opportunity. I'm very grateful to have an amazing product that I can share with hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people. So I'm very grateful for the opportunity to even speak on this call. And I think the attitude that I would want to impress upon everyone is just live in that gratitude attitude. No matter what's happening for you, it's all about being grateful for what you've got in this moment, and then more comes, right? So, and thirdly, there's a discipline that comes along with this. So as a world champion, I had to discipline myself every day. And so all I do is whatever I've done in my life, I then embed in the next thing. So the discipline that I created in my sport, I just embed now into my business. I can be a little bit more flexible. Like maybe I don't have to get up at 5:30 or 4:30 every morning.
Yeah.
But there's still a discipline there. So I've got an attitude, I've got a work ethic and a discipline in what I do. And so I set myself goals and targets, and I try to achieve that. So I got off to a fast start because I made a decision that I was going to share this with 10 people before I started. And so anyone that wants to, start a business or restart the business, I put a team of 10 people together, and I didn't know about the product. So I didn't try and convince anybody that it was great. I just said, would you like to try this with me? I want to see what happens. And so can we do this together? Can we compare stories? It's got a 30-day money back guarantee. If we don't like it, we can give it back. Don't worry. You're not risking anything. There was nothing to worry about. And so I decided I was bringing 10 people on board, and I had kind of prepared myself for that earlier. So over Christmas, I was chatting to people, would you be interested in maybe doing this with me? I think I might like it as a business. I'm not quite sure, but I don't want to try and convince you it's great. I just want to try it with a group of people.
Yeah.
And so that was my fast start. And so when you enroll 10 people, you then have to manage that. So you have to learn the business, you have to manage the team. And so I had a goal of 10 people in the first month, and then 10 people every month. So I think there's 12 in there now. I think there's 12.
Yeah, wow.
Something so far. And there'll be more to come in before the end. But I removed the fear. Am I going off track? Am I taking too long? Keep me in line. Just so, I don't have fear in sharing. I don't have fear in talking to people. I think everybody needs to know. They can make their own decision. but it's really about connecting with as many people as possible. So, I mean, I have a network of people already. Everyone's got a network, whether it be, you know, from volleyball or football or in your, you know, your local cafe or whatever it is. We've all got a network. So it was just about sharing it with my friends and asking them if they wanted to do that with me.
Yeah. Wow. How's that, everyone? Give her a round of applause. Like, love your work, Sharon. I got some fans there. That's brilliant. So yeah, some real nuggets. I really, really like that. So decision to decide. So decide to make a decision for some things to end and new things to begin. All right. So that was great. And I heard a saying on the weekend that, you know, as one door closes, another door opens, but it's in the corridor which can be unpleasant. You don't want to stay in the corridor for very long. So I'm hearing you actually started to work on your business prior to you even really getting started. And what you did is you had that really gentle way of talking to people. Like, this is something I think I'm going to really like. I'm not sure, you know, I may do this business, you know, but do you want to do it with me? So it was very, very gentle sharing and very vulnerable space that you came from. So that was just beautiful to hear. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I loved your attitude. So anyone that's listened to the Charge Up calls, and it's A-Lift. A is for attitude, the rock that we build our business upon, and an attitude of gratitude, right? And so I love that, because many times when I talk to people about through your mental state, you can create your emotional state. Attitude of gratitude is a really, really good one, because you can think about all the things you're grateful for, and very quickly your heart opens and your emotional state changes. So it's a really great example of how you can choose how you show up every single day through using your attitude. And attitude is key to building this business. So that was just beautiful. And discipline, you know, like without massive action and doing the right action in the right order, then, you know, that's how you create efficiency and success in this business, which obviously you are well on track doing. 12 in your team in 3 weeks. That is fantastic effort. So I love it. So would you like to tell us a little bit more, if you'd like to expand into how did you start to talk to people and share the ASEA products? What was that like for you?
Well, I'm lucky enough to have been in the fitness industry for a long time. However, if you're trying to hit up on personal trainers, God, they're the worst ones. So if any of you have ever got personal trainers on board, congratulations, you're doing a fantastic job, because I currently know everything about everything.
Yeah, they've got big egos, right?
Right. And so I was one of those people, so I'm well aware that they're the hardest nuts to crack. So, you know, there's a lot of people, everybody needs this. It's not a matter of picking and choosing. Everybody needs it. And if they understand it, they'll all want it. So it's really about, a lot of people are reluctant because of money, and a lot of people are reluctant because they won't do the research, or they're too, you know, they know too much apparently, and they're not even looking into it. So you just say, okay, no problem, put them on the later list. I'll get back to them later.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll look at what we're doing, and they'll see by the results, and then they'll come back to me. So, you know, there's a couple of people have called me this week and said, oh, can you sign me into that thing? I want wholesale. What is it? So, you know, sometimes I'm just planting seeds for people. I'm asking questions. So I'm known as the question queen. So how I connect with people is I ask a lot of questions. And so, how are you today? I wouldn't go, hey, look, I've got this and you need to have it.
That's right. That's, big turn off.
Occasionally I would, because I've got some friends like that I could say that to, you know, and they would trust that I'm doing the greatest thing for them. But it's really about just finding out what people need in their life. So do they need to get healthy? Do they need more money? Do they need a better lifestyle? Are they time poor? What do they need? What can we offer them? Like, this can offer so many things to people. And I love multi-level marketing for the simple reason that everybody wins, right? So it doesn't matter, you know, even if you're a bit of a slow starter, don't worry. Someone's probably building a business underneath you. And when you start, it's like there's all this volume there. You just go, oh my God, like I get money straight away. It's like crazy. Yeah. So, you know, just look after your people and talk to, I just think, you know, it's just about connecting all the time. So I'll talk to anyone. It doesn't matter who I bump into. And I might not mention the products right now, but I'll find out about them now. And maybe next week I'll catch up with them, or I'll send them an email, or I might just say, I've got something I'd really love you to look at. I'd really love you to look at it for me. I'd value your opinion.
Beautiful.
Right? That's the best way. So if you come to somebody like me that's been in the industry a long time, you always want to ask them to look at it because you value their opinion. That's the best way to get us in, because we go, oh, right, yes, I'm a champion and you value my opinion. Thank you very much, right? So I'm just giving you the tips here.
Yeah.
For, the people that are exceptional or masterful in life, they're no different to you. They're just masterful in a certain area. So you can talk to anyone, even if you're a little bit intimidated by, their confidence, still talk to them, just ask them for their opinion. So
yeah, love it.
Am I staying on track?
That was perfect. That's really, really great. Yes. And yeah, again, you're showing a lot of vulnerability. You're showing fearlessness. And what is fear? False expectation appearing real, right? So you're just out there connecting with people, making friends and learning what's important to them, and then offering a solution. Yeah.
We're all the same, Justin. We're all made up of the same stuff. There's nothing missing. And, I may be intelligent in a certain area, but there'll be areas that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
So we just have to remember that, sometimes the celebrity, like I work with high profile celebrities in Hollywood, and they don't know anything about health and wellness. They're on medication up to the hilts, and it's like I'm pulling all this medication off them all the time. And so I just treat them like me. They're just like me. They're just a human. Just because they act on a television show doesn't mean they don't need our help. And so just keep that in mind. Never miss out on anyone because you don't think you're good enough for that, because they need you and you are valuable and you have a significance for people.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. Isn't she amazing, everyone? That is great. So look, Sharon, obviously you've got a lot to give the world, and you've got a big vision and how you want to grow your ASEA business in the next 12 months. Would you want to tell us a little bit about your discipline? What are your daily practices to help bring that vision into reality? I've talked about the DMO, daily method of operation. What do you do and how do you practice that?
Well, at the beginning, I'm okay with fumbling through everything.
Awesome.
So I'm good with that. So I just go, right, I'm going to have a go at this, throw myself in the deep end and just fumble through. What I do is I always put time aside to learn the system. So I go into the back office, I make myself very familiar with what's in the back office, how it all works. Like I'm a detail person, so, fine detail. I've got to know how everything functions.
But you're not letting the details stop you either. You're in action and refining the detail at the same time. Perfect.
And I always have systems and structures for things. So if I'm going to enroll 10 people, that's the first thing I'm doing. That's the most important thing because that pays for my product.
Yep.
So my goal was in the first week, I needed to pay for my $1,000 pack. Right. So I invested $1,000 and I wanted to pay for that in the first week.
Great.
So my first pay, I wanted to cover that. And I made a mistake. So I actually made a mistake in the first. I thought I could start enrolling people on the Saturday morning, but I missed out. I realized that it was 2:00. And so some of my people went in before 2 and some went after. So if they had all gone in after, I would have hit that, I would have done what I set out to do, but it doesn't matter. So it was all fun and games. So I had no idea what I was doing. I just thought, I'm just going to set some targets for myself. So I've always got little targets to reach. I definitely have a certainty. Like there's inside myself, I go, I'm certain that I can do this. I'm certain I can build great teams. It aligns with my values. It aligns with my vision of life. So, it needs to resonate, I think, inside you, and you've got to sit with that each day and just remind yourself why you're doing this, because it's, sometimes you do have to do tedious things that aren't so much fun, but then there's awesome stuff that's fun. So you just balance that out. I always I make myself accountable by creating a team, and now I'm accountable to the team and I'm responsible. I have to have responsibilities in my team. And then you've got to pass it down. So the things that I do every day is I make contact with at least 2 people. I have to do that every day, at least 2, usually more than that. I keep track of things. So I like to measure things. I like to have targets. I like to know about the money, about the business. So it wouldn't matter what business I did, whether it was multi-level marketing or whether it was a conventional business, I would understand my business and what I wanted to achieve in that. So I think that's really important. Sometimes we forget that it's our business and we're responsible for creating whatever we want to create in this business. So I like to have measuring systems, and I just like to have a bit of a work ethic. So I set myself times. You know, so if I want to do 4 hours, I do 4 hours on this business, and I don't budge until I've completed what I want to complete in those 4 hours. So I remove all distractions. I don't answer calls that I don't need to answer unless it's to do with this business, you know, in that time period. So it's just about being effective and efficient, really.
That's wonderful. Great advice to everyone. You covered so many key areas that we totally agree with you. Trish Schwanker, highest earner in ASEA, says 2 people a day brings freedom my way. That's her mantra. 2 people a day brings freedom my way. So you're contacting 2 people a day, you're bringing freedom your way, baby. How good is that? It's amazing. And I loved it how you said you wanted to build a team quickly because that actually gives you the responsibility and accountability. Hey, is that a wake-up call for anyone on the team? Like, how amazing is that, right? She's deliberately doing actions to create accountability in her life. Like, I just think, hat off to you. So I was talking to a young guy. He's like 26 or something. On the weekend, he took his business from $0 to $1 million in 12 months, right? He's a personal development coaching guy. He said 2 principles for power is proximity is power. So being around the right people, right? Who loves being around Sharon, strong woman. She is one strong woman, right? And then number 2 is accountability is everything. All right, so building a team actually helps make you accountable and gives you that responsibility, which increases your commitment to your discipline and follow through. So beautiful, Sharon. Great advice. I just absolutely love it. So your advice to someone getting started, you've already said a lot of great things, but just in wrap up, did you want to give any tips to people that are starting their business or restarting their business in 2018?
Yeah, I would. I would like to suggest that everyone has a business plan. So no matter what business you go into, if you're buying a McDonald's or you're buying, you know, you're investing $100,000 into a new business or whatever you're doing in life, you have to have a business plan. So it doesn't have to be a 10-pager, you know, but write yourself what your plan is in this business and prepare yourself to succeed. So what do I have to do if your plan is to make $100,000 in the first year? Well, what do I actually have to do to get that $100,000 by the end of the year? And so how many people is that, you know, how much sales have to go through, all that type of thing. We do in a conventional kind of way. So I just like to prepare. So I like to have my office organized. If I'm starting a new business, I want my office organized. I want my whiteboard. I want my calendars up. And I like it like it's like a new thing and it's a new toy and off I go and I've got all these new pens and pencils and I'm set up again. So I like that, you know, preparing things. You definitely have to invest in yourself. So, I mean, I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on myself on personal development because I wanted to be better than I was. And I think we all have this magnificent capacity to expand beyond our wildest dreams. And there's only a few little things that hold us back. So I make sure, last night I took a group of us went to John D. Martini, which I believe you went to last week.
Yes, I was inspired by you. Yeah. I went to D. Martini. Thank you so much.
So he's one of my favorite people in the whole world. And, you know, he's now my friend. And so my choice in life was to surround myself with the magnificence of the masters of the world. And so I'm very blessed in being able to do that. And I work very hard to do that, but that's what I love to do. I think everybody has the right to surround themselves with greatness. And I still look at John and I go, he's magnificent in, you know, the intellectual area and, you know, so many areas in life. But if you ask him to drive a car, he wouldn't be able to. And because he hasn't driven one for, you know, 30 or 40 years. So, you know, we're all the same. No matter what you think, we're all the same. So definitely invest in personal development and invest in your business. So how much are you putting into your business on a weekly basis or a monthly basis? Because we do have to invest in some way, shape or form. So we invest in ourselves, we invest in our business. Decide what it is that you really want and why you're doing this. So for, you know, some people, I mean, I'm happy. I am like an open book. You can ask me anything. I will always speak the truth. So I lost $2 million worth of property last year. And, well, it comes and it goes, right?
Yep, totally.
And so I'm not bothered. And people go, why are you so happy about it? I go, I just don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
But there's reasons why that happened, and some you win, some you lose. I'm a bit of a risk taker, so I jump into things and have a go. And I'm well aware of what the outcomes could be. So when those things happen, you're not too bothered about that, and you've made it before, you can make it again. Nice. So understand what you've got. This is a business where it's unlimited income. It's just up to you with what you want to do with it and how hard you want to work initially. I like to run pretty fast at the beginning, then take a little break, then run again, like restart all the time. I do like starting again.
Yeah.
That's what I found worked for me in the past. So I'll probably run, play with that a little bit.
Great.
Set goals or targets. So definitely when you're starting or restarting, set your goals. What do you want to achieve? What is it that you want to achieve? You know what you want. Everybody knows what they want. Sometimes they're a bit scared to say because then we have to work. But and definitely just get organised. So one of the best things is I'm pretty good with my time and time management. I've been training for a long time. So I'm in and out of the gym. I've got sets and reps to do. I've got to do this. I've got 5 businesses I manage. Well, not all the time, but I don't manage them that well all the time. But there's a lot of things to do. So you get very diligent with your time and your effectiveness and efficiency. So, I like to kill 5 birds with one stone if I can.
Yep.
And I'll do a day of, meeting people. So all my meetings will be back to back. Anything that, can't fit into that day, I'll do on a Zoom or a call or a 3-way call. But I like to sort of, push it into a box and manage your time on your calls. So a lot of people talk for a long time,
yep.
1-2 hour calls. It's like, no, keep it to business and then have your personal calls later.
Yeah.
So, just being a little bit strict with yourself, I think is important, and get excited because it's something that you can, go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. But the minimum you're going to get is your products paid for.
Yeah.
Right? Work, that's the minimum that's going to happen. How awesome is that to have free products for as long as you want? And then I know we're on a business call, so I imagine people are here because they want to make money, but be a product of the product. So for me, it's this little, these molecules that are bouncing around in here, waiting to get inside your body. They're waiting to do their work. Right? And I go, so be that product. And I know some of us are healing and rejuvenating, and we can't always feel that way. So we've got to go with the flow. But I think it's really important that we put ourselves out there as we would expect the product to be inside us. So that's my tips for the day.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Sharon. They've said some great stuff. All right, well, let's stop that feedback. Sorry, but there was a lot of clapping in there and appreciation for the gold that you gave us tonight. Thank you so much, Sharon. We're going to have time for just 2 fast questions. If you've got, if Sharon sparks them, yeah, great. Is that Anthea putting a hand up straight away? No, I thought that was off the bat. Wow, good. That was impressive with your decision, your decisiveness. So, yeah, look, this is the new format for these calls on a Tuesday. So we want to get as much value as we can. And we've just been talking about time management, and Nicole's probably cracking a whip on me that I've gone beyond 30 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up very quickly. Any other questions for the call? No? Okay, brilliant. Next week, we're going to be talking about with Julie and Sasha, who are on the call tonight, and the power of 3-way calls and how they built their business through that. These guys are amazing. They're like one of the top enrollers last year. They've definitely done the most fast forwards in the world. Like, they're incredible leaders and gold executives in ASEA, and you're going to get some great gold from them in how 3-way calls have made a massive impact into their business. And at 8 o'clock is our presentation, and I'll be interviewing Rachel Doolan. She's changed her last name, so it's catching me. But Rachel was one of the people in my life that completely changed my attitude towards helping other people become abundant with ASEA and sharing ASEA and creating income that actually helped pay for her treatment. So that was a total game changer for me. So that's a gem coming up at 8 o'clock. So again, Sharon, thank you so much. We're very, very excited to be in your proximity and enjoy that power and that inspiration that you have. You are one strong woman, and it's a pleasure to know you and to be able to help and support you share these molecules throughout the planet. So maybe once again, round of applause for Sharon, and we'll catch you all at 8 o'clock. Woohoo! All right. Wicked feedback there. Sorry, someone's got 2 devices in the one room. That's the trick. If you've got 2 devices on Zoom in one room, it'll do that. All right, so we will catch you very soon in about 20 minutes. Bye for now. Stay tuned for more next time.